Okay, still just getting set up here. Excuse the brief delay to actually getting started. Holy shit, I don't know what's going off with that image. Let's pray it actually works. That image. Wow. Okay, I'm actually just trying to find the fucking link to how to actually get people to watch this. So bear with me. Okay, fingers crossed that this is working. We're gonna load up in single player because don't want to play with internet assholes.
Part of the Tyranid fleet had begun to approach the Space Hulk. Belial tasked us with a mission to find a way to reach Caliban's will through another impacted vessel. A Crusade warship from the Black Templars called the Sanctum Imperator. This ship was sent out from Terra to carry the Emperor's...
Yeah, whatever. Don't care about the story. Mainly because the story's bollocks.
Scour the gene stealers from the Caliban's will. Leave nothing alive.
The Xenos are coming. We have to exterminate them at all costs, so that other squads can secure the Caliban's will.
Yes! Let there be death. Let's get into a proper scrap instead of cheesing this. Really can't just cheese this section and murder them like one at a time as they try and come down these stairs at you. But that's a little bit boring. It's really red. Excellent, thank you. Something has gone wrong with the stream then. Why don't you pause and see what I can fix. Okay, something's obviously wrong with that. Let's try a different capture method. Let's try straight up monitor capture. Okay, display capture, straight up display capture. Yep, that should do. Let's kill the... Yeah, no, let's kill the game capture. Remove game capture. Okay, fingers crossed. That might be better, hopefully. Probably take a minute to catch up, so just let me know if that's actually any better. Okay, give me a second, I'll switch game mode. I'll switch the game to a different display mode, and we'll see what happens with that. Let's see, switch over to... I'll try board window, see what happens. Okay, I'm actually getting it on the capture now. Okay, fair warning, we are probably going to experience serious crashes pretty much straight away. This game does not like borderless window mode. But still, we're going to purge as many xenos as we can until that happens. This is right at the end of the mission. Last time I played, I actually prepared this entire arena by sealing all the doors and leaving just this one entrance. This is entirely deliberate so that I can cheese this final encounter. Because facing off against 200 xenos coming out of every goddamn doorway around you is obviously not a good idea. Yeah, right, get in. Love this assault cannon. It's called the Vengeance. It fires armor-piercing rounds at the expense of having a tiny magazine. By the way, I'm also down to a ludicrously low frame rate because of the streaming. The game doesn't normally run this badly. Its performance isn't spectacular, but you know, I usually get like 40 to 50 frames. I know this is a bit boring. This encounter's a pain in the arse if you let them just really rush you. So once this is over, we'll move on to like the next mission and actually like, get into a big brawl or something. Things will happen basically. Tell you what, let's actually advance on them. And yes, I did just use my psychic powers to teleport myself inside a Tyranid. Oh, seeing him just explode like a whole crowd with that one armor swing never gets old. Nah, Space Marines are bigger than like standard humans. So these guys are like 7 foot tall, up to the head. And then of course you've got like the extra height added by the power armor. So these guys are like a good 8 foot tall. Yeah, like they really captured the feel of being like a giant, clunky ass Terminator. Okay, 2/3 of the, not 2/3, sorry, 3/4 of the way there. Yeah, Cart, the game isn't that bad when it's working. That's why it's so bad. There's the potential for an excellent game here. No worries, Cap. See you lot. You'll probably be gone by the time the stream catches up for that, but whatever. Nah, you figured out the Steam messages are actually showing up in the corner of the stream then. I mean, crashing is the least of this game's worries right now. You know, it has far more serious issues, like it hijacking your mic when you launch the multiplayer mode. People with AMD CPUs can't even play the first level if they don't disable their sound. So, you know, there are serious issues. Oh dear, I'm almost dead. Unoptimized. I mean, that's one issue, you know, due to the performance. But a lot of the bad performance is actually from, like, straight up bugs and bad programming, not from it being unoptimized. You know, things like it hijacking the mic and AMD users not being able to use their sound on the first level. You know, like, no game engine takes control of the microphone exclusively. You know, the devs had to program that in, and the game doesn't even have in-game voice. So, you know, it does have major issues. The devs had to program in, you know, a mic lockout when you're in multiplayer. Okay, looks like mission complete actually. Just gotta wait for those turnids that run off to despawn. There we go. Okay, let's go on to the next mission and actually have some fun, shall we?
We finally found the artifact that I had
Well
seen,
then,
and perhaps
that's
is the
another thing
source
I
of the
hate.
visions that beset the Librarius. In the ancient Dark Angel ship, we uncovered a conservation chamber that held ancient gene seeds from the Legion of the Lion.
Just waiting for it to
gift
stop
of the
talking so I
Emperor's
come through
genius.
clearly.
Even as we celebrated this discovery, a terrible brood.
Oh, have we crashed? I think we've got our first crash. No, we don't. It just went weird. The gun was called the Vengeance. But back to what I was saying. You saw that skill menu that pops up at the end of the level? If you don't spend your skill points there, you lose them. Unfortunately, catching the enter key on the numpad, which my fucked up mouse wrist rest and mouse pad have a habit of doing, loses all your points. Those are gone for good, so I'm now an entire level's worth of upgrades down. Which means I am stupidly underpowered now for the rest of the game. For something I had no control over. Right, let's switch that guy back to the assault cannon. We will take a heavy flamer for shits and giggles, maybe. Actually, no. Let's take Hellfire. You'll like that. Hellfire's awesome. And Inferno Lance Shadow. We would have had some excellent psychic abilities, but you know, we got fucked by the game. And its shitty design. So, no, I'm not happy about that. And yes, this game does suck.
Escort Brother Barakil to the Savior Array
That's what makes me
interface
so
chamber.
angry about it, though, is
Mission
because it
parameters
doesn't
incoming.
have to be a bad game.
Every xenos in this new swarm contains a
The shooting itself is fantastic.
genetic heritage. Not a single gene stealer of this swarm can be assimilated.
The atmosphere, the scale,
To protect the
the
purity
authenticness of
object.
the authenticity, rather, of the maps.
These monsters will defy our
Alright, Bill. See you a lot, mate. Nothing quite says die Xeno like Hellfire rounds.
I'm in place.
I'm going the wrong way. I just realised. That was stupid. I was trying to think of something insightful to say, just wasn't paying attention to the game. Whoa. Silly plasma turret. Actually, I think that might have been a las cannon. Like, look at the detail in this, it's amazing. Everything about this screams awesome game, but then it isn't. You know, but it's nothing the devs couldn't fix, which just makes it even worse. That said, it's nothing the devs can't fix. You know, so there is hope that they'll get their shit together over the next few days or weeks and actually patch this. I hate that I'm enabling this kind of behaviour from devs by not refunding the game. But I'm a pretty big Warhammer fan, so... You know, and I have had a lot of fun with the game, it's just critically bad. Because of those issues. Okay, can't go through that door. Let's hack this turret. Because I don't fancy getting my face shot off like I did with the last one. Also, we have a moment of quiet to do so, so...
Not afraid. Blades. Fire xenos.
I think there's another one still out there. Nope, guess not. They really captured the feeling of the board game excellently.
They're using crack missiles. Xenos. Science strength. Science strength in sight.
One of the big boss types.
It is done.
That turret could actually be a massive bonus in this fight if I took control of it, but having the door closed is going to be an even bigger bonus. So we're going to seal out as many doors as we can. Probably going to have to kick one of them open once we're done, but whatever, we're not coming back here, so don't really care too much. And I realise now that I really should have bought an automatic weapon. So we're going to launch a Cygate, and we're going to go change guns. And we are going to bring... You know, let's bring the Spear of Caliban for shits and giggles. Everybody loves an automatic plasma cannon.
Cover me. I will need a few minutes.
They also capture the feeling of the huge Terminator armor. Like, you can look down and see the inside of your armor, and even that's engraved. You know, you can look up and see the top of your psychic hood. And crawling all over the outside of the hull. How cool is that? One nice thing about plasma cannons in this game is they don't have to reload, they just recharge. So if you ration your shots and fire in bursts, you can usually conserve a pool of ammo for emergencies. Unless you're using the regular plasma cannon, in which case you've got one shot before it has to fully recharge. Sneaky stealth ones.
They are overwhelming us. Play without mercy.
thing is, the stealth Tyranid's stealth ability is like a psychic thing, so they still leave shadows, which is pretty cool because you can see the shadow on objects still if there's a light source, like your own torch on your armor. And you can still see their eyes floating as they run at you, kind of like the Pinkies from Doom. It's pretty cool. I'm not quite sure why the apothecary felt the need to heal me there. And we're all dead.
Cannot go there, brother.
That was probably not the best weapon to bring. Right, it also doesn't alter your list your saves by like how long you've played. So every time you want to load the goddamn game, you've got to look through your list of saves and find the appropriate one. Right, that was a dialogue
We finally
save,
found the
it's
artifact
probably
that
the
I had
newest one.
seen, and perhaps was the source of the visions that beset the Librarius. In the ancient
Right, we should probably bring an assault bolter or an assault cannon this time.
I will need a few minutes.
Let's launch the side gate and get that sorted out. You also lose level up points for launching the side gate, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. Actually, Redemption would probably be an excellent choice. Can't go wrong with a shotgun. Especially not when it's a storm bolter. Ridiculous double barrel doom cannon. Only those that prosper. Only those that prosper. Whatever. No time to read it. Xenos to shoot. Holy crap, look at that sea of burning corpses.
Action complete. I'm in place.
Xenos.
Warrior's grave in sight.
It's a little bit hard because I am literally getting about 20 FPS right now. Thanks for streaming. So yeah, that's why I'm not doing too well. It's very hard to keep up with fast-moving, irregularly shaped targets when, you know. Well, I think that's enough of that. Thanks for watching.